driving and recognize that they shouldn't be driving, but they've got no choice. You know, they really don't. It's, in many cases, they just can't get on the bus, or the bus isn't close enough to them. And a tram, I'm not saying the tram is going to go everywhere, but if there was a tram there, it's so much easier to get on and get off. No steps, it's smooth. Easy. Okay. Promote. I think you should promote Langley as a potential center of excellence for trams. One of the ways you can reduce costs is to make a challenge to universities and colleges. We did this in Melbourne. We told, we opened up a contest. I think we had offered a scholarship. They design us a tram of the future. And we had some really, really good results. Really interesting when, in fact, we forwarded these on to tram manufacturers that incorporated these into their design, into now our design. And actually, many of the kids actually got jobs out of it. I mean, it really was a win-win situation. And you could do the same thing here. Maybe you might have to really offer scholarship to the winning team or the top three. And you have to buy some software, some ENME2 or some trip software for them to calculate routes. You know, this is almost free. I wouldn't rush out and hire a consultant today to tell you where to put the trams. You probably already know where they should go. Intuitively, you've driven around, you've dealt with these problems yourself, so you know where they need to go. Did you work on long-range plans?
You said you could jump in. I think I got to jump in here. Trams are broke ill, do they? I mean, somebody wants to keep trams up and down on the street.
They usually say 6% grade. 6% grade maximum.
So can we put trams on the street or not?
Yeah. Sure. We have grades in Melbourne that are 7, 8. We have one that's 9%. So it's like, yeah, 6% is what you should aim for 6%.
Yeah, what the grade is, 200?
The 200 apparently is 6%, I think. What do you do? Sure. But it's certainly less than 9. Now, it doesn't snow very often in Melbourne. So we need to do do a little bit of analysis. First of all, make sure you can get up there in the snow. But the trams all have sand. Even in Melbourne, they have sanding feeds. So the driver, if friction isn't good enough, he'll hit the sand button and dump sand on the track in front of the wheels, and away you go. So yeah, no, that's not a problem. One of the other things I thought about was getting across the rail line. When you've got double stacked containers, you've got to have you don't want the train to rip out your overhead wires. Something that should be avoided if possible. And again, they say 5.65 meters above the top of the rail is where the overhead wire should go. We can get up to 5.85. I think that's clear, certainly clear with the double stack containers. But lower. Okay, you should encourage developer participation and integration of the tram into the development. Don't be stuck on the street part of the streetcar. There's no reason why you can't run it through a parking lot, run it down through maybe, I don't know, between, by Safeway, by the bay, whatever, come out here, cut down through there, make some arrangements with the local businesses, that, some equitable trade of something, who knows. Yeah, it doesn't need to be on the street. there's so many places that are just screaming for a streetcar right now, for a tram. You really can't make any mistakes. It's not going to be a question of where should I put it. It's going to be a question of who gets left out. If you ran it down 62nd Avenue, one of the merchants on 64th going to say, hey, we want one of those too. And you're going to have to decide on a project delivery mechanism, PPP, build, operate, transfer, whatever. I mean, you guys do all this stuff. If I was you, I'd come up with some kind of concept design. Just say, okay, here's what we think. We're going to put it here. This is going to be stage one. We're going to do this. Stage two, we're going to do that. You're not promising that it's going to, but put it out there. Let people see. And then do a risk assessment on it. Say, okay, well, yeah, problem with this. What are we going to do about that? How are we going to do that? When we do phase two, how is that going to mesh in? And you've got to, you don't want to be 5 years down the road, figure out that you put the depot at the wrong end of the line, or the substation that you built isn't going to be big enough to power the new extension. Then I would actually go ahead and issue an expression of interest to the industry. You're not promising to buy anything, but it'll get you on the map. It'll also get them thinking, they'll provide you with some input. Hey, we just come up with this, and we propose you use this technology, and hey, it's all information, it's all good. Then I do a stakeholder consultation, open house. Here we go, folks. This is what it's going to look like. And then go ahead with an RFQ and project delivery. So that's it. Now, if you've got if anything comes up, you're like, oh, I should have asked. Just let me know. Send me an email, give me a phone call, and I'm still here anyway. So.
Thank you, Mr. Graham. There are some questions right now.
And now San Francisco, as you well know, sort of the epitome of rail in the sense that there's the cable cars which go back forever. They're actually a heritage site, basically. They're clear that. And we use those to great advantage. Park the car when we arrive and when we use it for the event. Now, the obvious advantage, comparing that to Langley, we're 122 square miles, 80% is in the ALR, that's agricultural, and will be for the foreseeable future. We've got 100,000 population, and it's Frisco or Melbourne, I'm sure it's the same thing. It's that apples and oranges kind of a situation, where I'd like your response to that, I guess, in terms of what we're dealing with here, with that size, with these islands of communities that we are. Whether it's Fort Langley, Brookswood, Walnut Grove, Alder Grove, way over in the east, literally islands of communities. And that's the challenge. 70%